wrote this feminist anthem.
It was my first language, and so I sang it in Albanian probably when I was like 11-ish.
Do you want to know what all these singers have in common when it comes to songwriting?
I find songwriting very difficult, and I find honesty in songwriting very hard and out of my reach. And there's something so special to me about writing about not my life. I played it for a friend, and we were sitting in the car, and I was like,
Wow. Who this about?
I don't really have a good story. I started writing like when I was 6 as well.
Yeah.
Just
all
bad
the time.
little
Yeah,
songs. really bad.
Yeah. Me too,
But the first thing I ever got was this theme song for a Disney Channel show when I was like 17. The show called Austin and Ally.
You may have probably noticed that by now. It's the fact that they didn't choose songwriting as a means to an end. I mean, reaching the place they are now.
But do you remember what was that first album that you bought?
Never Say Never, Brandy.
Oof,
I was
classic.
obsessed with it. Obsessed, and I would play it over and over. I remember I wrote her a letter. I was like 12 or something. And I wrote her a letter because I just was obsessed with her voice. I'd never heard anyone like that. And something about the sounds that she was making connected with me really deeply. And I think I bought more than one of those.
All of them are firstly big fans of music, of their heroes. They are fans before everything else. They begin with wonder and excitement, gradually going deeper to discover more, and then they start to imitate because they are so in love with it, wanting to do the same thing and even make it more fascinating. They listen to music in a different way than a normal person. They fall in love with it.
I remember getting my first phone. It was probably like 12 or 13, and the first thing I did was download Lord Pure Heroin. I love that record so much, and I remember listening to it as I first started writing songs and just being blown away by her lyrics that are just about, you know, being a teenager living in the suburbs.
You can never separate art, especially songwriting, from your inner world. I mean, your feelings. You can't bring logic into the game. It's only about feelings, and logic has nothing to do with that.
And I just remember never hearing my life be put into a song like that, where, you know, it just made being young and doing these seemingly unimportant things feel so sacred and beautiful. And yeah, that album's one of my favorites, and she still inspires me a lot to this day.
Alicia's voice and kind of just like the pain and the love and the feeling and everything that she carried with it was so, I don't know, felt really meaningful. I felt like I was going through a breakup having never had a boyfriend.
One more thing you can particularly notice is how they are good observers of everything. Just watch this to get an idea of what I mean.
There's something really cool about the combination of those two singers because they both have that sort of, that ability to express pain in their voices. So there's like where Nelly Furtado's voice sits is like...
They have a rasp.
He's like,
Yeah, there's like
so
a
I love that
real...
you found it in both of them. It's like,
that's interesting.
really cool.
Yeah.
What makes a song captivating and deep? As a songwriter, it's your job to figure that out. What's going on behind that music? Can you connect with a singer you like and are a big fan of?
It's like what you reminded me of with Nelly, and even just the sound of her voice for sure, but the artistic purpose. Every great artist, like all y'all have such clear, just acutely aware, profound artistic purposes. Every great artist has a great artistic purpose. I'm still trying to figure mine out.
When he said artistic purpose, my mind immediately went to what Rick Rubin said, that greatness has a lot to do with intention. Greatness will only happen with a good intention. What is a good intention, you ask? I say you know it. One purpose could be, are you writing to help the audience heal from whatever they are suffering from, or do you just want recognition? Write a song that makes the imaginary sad girl on the street cry and that boy shout in a way that makes them feel better. That's what songwriting is all about, making people heal.
Do I really want to do this? But you know, we did it, and I think it'll help some people. And that's what I'm about, so it's there. I hope it moves some people. And thank y'all for what y'all do, because I was very aware of the profundity of what we do.
And Phineas literally sat at the piano and immediately started playing the dun, 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 dun. And we've been using a handheld mic in the room that just plays like through the speakers instead of like headphones and sitting at the. I never like use a booth or anything, so I was.
Old SM.
Yeah, dude. Yes.
There's lots of noise around the actual art of making something, making music, making film, making TV, whatever it is. But when a person has taken the time to listen, to be there, meet you where you're at, meet you where you were when you made the thing, I think to refocus whenever it feels like everything else is out of focus on that, I think that's really, really special.
You're so poetic.
And I love a dance song with good lyrics. I feel like sometimes because the melody or the beat can be so good, sometimes you listen to the lyrics and you're like, what? That don't even rhyme. You know? And so I love that, like, with a good dance song with good lyrics, the lyrics are almost hidden and you catch them later. It's almost like rewatching a TV show or a film and noticing something else. But
Absolutely.
That's what I love about that song.
That was the fourth one. And Voodoo, D'Angelo.
Yes.
Those 4 records, I remember that. And I was like, man, it's super, super convicted. Everything about it is very much coming from the most pure channel, that space up there that we all try to dip into. I like that a lot.
A song should blow your mind and touch your heart. Here, Billie talks about a song that had so much impact on her. You can say that's why her songs do the same with our minds and hearts.
I don't care what anyone says. Like that song is like blew my mind. That song was like the coolest shit I'd ever heard in my life. It changed. It like really. I don't know. It really inspired me in terms of just like different sounding stuff. I don't know.
There's so much inspiration in restricting yourself sometimes. I don't know if you guys ever have this, but it's like, you know, when you have every color in the palette and any canvas you want, it's just so overwhelming that sometimes I think limiting yourself actually makes you just think outside the box, and it was a very welcome challenge.
And here, you've got what these legends share about their songwriting process along with my takeaways from their statements. Hope you like it and can benefit from it. But ever wondered what Eminem says about his process? Watch the next video to see how he writes his magic.